All right, Tony. So, in the last video, you mentioned your van. Somebody hit it, bro. They did a drive. Hey, I'm kidding. They did, but they hit it. We don't know if it's gonna get towed or if it's gonna get fixed. It's been a month and a half.
Yep.
What have you done about your detailing business?
So I got a lot of maintenance clients, and I can't just like I don't want to just like let them have their cars kind of ruined or have them serviced by someone else. So I decided to team up with my boy Juan from One Vivid Detail. So he's helping me out. We're using his van to take care of both of our clients, and we're kind of just merging together for the meantime. That way we can get around to everybody that's interested in our services.
So there's a lot of detailers out there that think other detailers are competition. Mm-hmm. How'd you meet the homie Juan?
I met Juan probably about 2-3 years ago, maybe even 4 years ago, because of my uncle who owns a body shop in San Bernardino. So Juan went to my uncle to get his van repaired and his personal vehicle, and then my uncle was talking to Juan about me. So he was letting him know that I was also a detailer. He had a nephew that was a detailer, and so that's how we got to know each other. We followed each other on Instagram, and then we just decided to meet up one day, and we're hanging out and just chilling, and then from there we kind of just grew a relationship, and here we are today.
I don't think Juan's hearing. Was he your first choice?
Yeah. I was gonna ask another one of my boys, but my other boy Joseph from SoCal's Professional Touch, he's trying to, I guess he's focusing more on like the detail side, plus he also has an employee. So he's kind of like a bit more busier and like kind of more established and has more things going on. So I'm pretty sure he couldn't have like, he might have let me borrow the van for a few days, but I don't think we would have been able to work something out where we could both merge both of our clients. And with Juan, he's a lot more flexible. We both have like a wide variety of timing, and then he's like mobile only right now. He doesn't have a shop yet, just like me. So we still have kind of our majority of our time and clients are on the mobile side. So I hit him up and I was like, hey, he already saw from my story that my van was down. So I was like, hey, would you be down to help me out and service some of my clients and just kind of like join up together and maintain our clients. And at first it was a bit difficult to set our schedules and figure out like who's gonna do what and what timing we can do and what days we can work and whatnot. But we just kind of talk it out and have a conversation, be like, all right, we can do this, and that, and whatnot.
Hey, Tony, so you mentioned one of the hard things for working with another detailer is the scheduling.
Yes.
What's one good thing about working with a detailer instead of an employee?
Well, usually when they're an experienced detailer, they already know the majority of the things, like how to do the services. So you don't really have to do much training at all, if any.
What about figuring out the detailing style? Is that something you guys talk about, or do you guys just go and adjust as you go? How'd you work it out?
I think with Juan, we're just going and adjusting as we go. We talk about it a little bit in the beginning, but after that, we kind of just got it down. And we were just, each car is a little bit different, but not too much difference. So we just talk as we go.
Got you, man. And the chemicals.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a learning curve, or did you guys use the same type of chemicals that you already knew how to use?
Not really a learning curve, because we already had pretty similar chemicals that we would use, so it's nothing really major difference. And then if anything, I just brought some of my own gallons in the van, and then we could use mine. So it's like give or take whichever one.
Got it, man, got it. And last question, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
The pay, the split.
That's the hardest one.
That's the hardest one. People want to know, how'd you guys work it out?
It varies by the service, by the job, by the hours. So we got to put everything into consideration. And then also the expenses, because it's his vehicle, so they're kind of shared expenses in a way. So it really comes down to both of us to see what's going to be worth it. So before we even joined together, I wanted to see what's the minimum amount he would be willing to like commit to, just so that I would be able to work with him, because I don't want to be like, oh yeah, let's work and we only got one car. Like we've had that happen already, just because we got canceled and whatnot. It's been kind of slow a little bit, but like ideally we want a few cars, or at least one car that brings in enough revenue for a decent solid split. And then a split would just, you got to communicate that with whoever you want to work with.
Hey, Tony, what's some advice you would have for a detailer who wants to work with another detailer, but they've never worked with another detailer?
I would say try to build a relationship before you even try to like ask to work with them. Try to be like their friend and get to know them and whatnot. And if you guys feel like you get a like a pretty good vibe with each other, then it's probably a good idea to see if they need any help or anything, or if you need any help, ask them if they would be willing to help you out. And then you could just talk it out from there, because there's a lot of things that like kind of go into it. Because I've had other times where I work with the detailers and the main thing is always the money, the pay. Like, oh, sometimes the detailer is really cool and whatnot, but sometimes they're too cool. Like, you'll be like, so how much do you want for the service that you just helped me do or that you did for me? And they'll be like, oh, whatever, just tell me. And then you now are like kind of fumbling. You're like, oh, snap, well, I don't know what to pay you. I've never, like, that's why you were asking them how much they wanted. And so that's like, I would say figure out the pay first, both of you together, talk it out before you even have them do the service. Because then if you do the service and then let's say they tell you whatever and then you pay them what you thought would be fair, and now they come back and sometimes they're upset or happy or whatnot, just varies. So it's like, get that pay part out of it first, and then you should be good to go. But if you never work with someone, try to work with also a detailer that you kind of want to learn from, or you feel like you guys are on the same level. But preferably, like when I was like starting out, I was looking to work with others that were at a higher level than me, so I can learn from them, see what they were doing, how they were talking with clients and customers, how they handle things, just to learn off of that and go based off of that and try to implement that into my own business. So that's another thing, when we're not that busy and we know we're not going to be that busy, because we're starting to approach the winter months, so it's like kind of a little bit slower time of the year. So when we know we're going to be that busy and we only have 1 or 2 cars or something like that, if it's his own clients, he'll just take care of them. But if it's my clients, I'll usually, depending on the client, I'll just have him take care of it, and he can keep the full amount of money for doing those services of whichever vehicles they were. And I think we only had maybe 1 or 2 days of that. Or the next week, I'll be, I think 3 days I won't work next week. I won't work Tuesday, Saturday, Friday, and Saturday, I believe. And that's because I have jury duty on Tuesday. So he'll be taking care of my clients on Tuesday. And then Friday and Saturday, I got some personal things I got to take care of. So he's going to be taking care of my clients on those 2 days as well, because that's when I usually book out maintenance clients on my weekends. And so, yeah.
Hey, man. Hey, that's a big help. You're a big help, Juan.
Yeah.
Yo, Tony, how's it going, man? You guys knocked out what, like 5 cars for this one client?
Yeah.
So, how'd you get this client?
Referral.
From another
maintenance
customer?
client? Yeah, from another maintenance client. So from my boy Eddie, he watches the videos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
give him a shout out real quick.
Yeah, my boy Eddie. I gotta see him tomorrow if you're gonna be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
I got him 7 a.m. tomorrow. I do his work truck like every 2 weeks, and then some of his personal vehicles here and there.
Hey Tony, when a client gives you this many cars, did they get a little discount or nah?
No, but we did throw in express sealant for the Rolls Royce and the Audi. So just like, it's not included, but we just threw it in just as a little bonus.
Hey, when you throw in stuff like that, do you let them know, or do you just hope they notice?
It varies. Like, this guy probably won't notice that we threw in the express sealant on the cars, but I'm probably not gonna let him know, because he's not necessarily like one of those clients that wants a discount or anything like that. He's not like, oh, throw something in here or give me a discount or anything like that. He's just like, get it done, as long as it's like there's no any, I guess, complaints on the service, and he's all good, he's happy to pay. But if it's a client that I feel like isn't like too happy with paying, or they want every little thing in there, I'll probably let them know. I'll be like, hey, we did throw in this extra. Or if they're brand new clients and they book in like a bunch of cars at once, I'll let them know, like, oh, we could do all these for this price, which would be the regular price, plus throw in like this or that for whichever vehicles. So it just varies. And if they do like a lot of cars, like we're talking like 10 plus, then I'll like possibly do a discount, depending, because it also has to vary, like if I've seen them before, not the inside, because sometimes it's really bad, sometimes it's not that bad. So that has like, there's variables to it. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys give out any freebies, and what are the freebies and why do you give them out. Let me know. All right, well, there you guys have it. That's how Juan and I met and how we're working together and what we're doing. If you guys want to find out what's going to happen next, make sure you guys subscribe and follow us for the next one to see what's going to happen. And remember, you guys like this type of content, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.